Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your Akazaki Yahoo, and I start this broadcast as I would start any broadcast by first of all giving all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua Hamashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say shalom, wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together if we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm joined this evening by my most esteemed Kenaniah. Shalom, my king.
Hey, shalom, shalom, my key. Shalom, shalom, Yasharal. All praises to the Most High Yah for allowing us another opportunity to get into this word, securing our going out throughout the week and getting us to this moment, man. Almost ready for Shabbat. Yom Shabbat.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It is another Yom Shishi evening, and we are back again into a brand new book. We're getting into the book of Ecclesiastes, and we will read through 6 chapters tonight and pick up the other 6 chapters on tomorrow for the edification of ourselves as well as any of our viewers. Shalom. Good evening to anybody uh, tuning in this evening. So, all praises. We'll begin with the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter number 1 and verse number 1. The headline reads, The Fulfilling of Salaki. What's the fertility of
Yeah,
all
come.
endeavors? The fertility of all endeavors. All right. All praises. All right. Verse 1. It says, the words of the preacher, the son of David, king of Jerusalem. So this is when he was writing during the time he was king here.
You know,
Verse
what's that word for preacher, right?
Okay, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Kohen,
Qoheleth.
Qoheleth, Salaki Qoheleth. Uh, collector of sentences, preacher, public speaker, speaker
Mm,
in a assembly. Qoheleth.
Qoheleth.
I think that's the first time I've seen that. So it looks like it appears in Ezra one time, and then a bunch of times in this script.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in this book. All right, let's continue here. Uh, verse 2. It says, Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher. Vanities of vanities. All is vanity. So we know that word vanity pretty much means, it's like I hit the wrong thing here. Pretty much means of no value.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
Vain, you know.
yeah, yeah. Ha,
Have bell.
had been. Vapor, breath, breathe, vapor,
Mm,
vanity. So, yeah, vainly is an adverb. Yeah, so when I think of vanity, I think of something that's of no value,
right.
something that you put a bunch of work into. It doesn't really yield anything for you, and like for
And
what?
yeah, and that you know that one of those words that we saw, breath. You know
Right,
what I mean? Like we take it every minute, but it's just
exactly,
something that we don't see. You know.
right, exactly, exactly. Yes, indeed. Verse verse 3. What profit have a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? Like, what does it profit a man in his labor? Let me adjust my volume a little bit here. Okay, I think that's better. All right. Verse 4. One generation passeth away, another generation cometh, but the earth abide forever. We know that forever don't always mean forever. It means for a time, for a season. Because as we get into the prophecies, we're going to find out that the earth going to be not forever. It's going to be a new earth. And yeah, it's going to be replaced. So, verse 5. The sun also arise, and the sun goes down, and hasten to its place where he arise, where he arose. Salaki. So it's ironic that he's talking here like this. It says the sun also arise, and the sun goes down, and hastened to his place when he arose. And we always talk about the sun going up and going down, the sun coming up, the sun going down, as if it's the sun that's moving. And that's what we've come to find out is that it is the sun and not the earth oscillating and what do you say, oscillating and revolving.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, as they taught us when I was in school. I remember my fourth grade teacher. He had the globe, and he was twisting it with his hand, and then he was walking it around
Right,
like
right,
like
right,
going around the sun. Like I don't feel none of
right, right.
that. But didn't think like that in the fourth grade. But now that I'm a grown man, I'm like, that don't make sense. Verse 6, it says, "The wind goeth, uh, the wind goeth towards the south, and turn about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to its circuits." Like, bro, how you even write that? Like that's not even something I think about.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's deep on a whole other level. Like you talking about the wind? We had that windstorm. Was that last week or was that this?
Yeah,
Was that
kind. It was last Yom CC.
car?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was brutal. I mean,
Hmm.
they was talking what 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was 90, quite 90, but it might have been. I know in some spots it was tornadoes. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Throughout the state.
yeah. It was up. It was bad. It was rough. It was real rough. So, but yeah, somebody said 90. I don't know how truth that was, how much truth that was, but
But you're right. Also, I like what he's speaking about is deep, and I'm
right,
wondering like what his mind state is to be think. It's almost like somebody who's in sorrow or something. Somebody who is reflecting. You
right,
know.
right. The wind go towards the south and then turn about to the north, and it whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to its circuits. Like what? Like, how you write that? Like how you come up with that? That's today they would be like bars.
Right. 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 Bars.
Right, God. All right, verse 7. It says, "And all the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from where the rivers come, thither they return again." Like, wow, the rivers are running to the sea, but the sea is not full. Like, man, oh, that's yeah, yeah. It's not no surface level stuff right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's deep in. I mean, we 8 verses in. Like this straight off the top, he just coming off the top with this or what? I mean, that's when he talk about being wisdom, like yeah, you can see it's evident here.
Indeed. Good
Right,
point. Good point.
right, kind. Verse 8, "All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eyes the eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing." Wow.
So it's like nor the ear filled with hearing, but
Right,
that's the purpose of the ear. You
right.
know.
But it's not. He's saying it's not. It's no end to it. Like you're not
Hmm.
satisfied. Like it's not okay. That's enough. I'm done. It's like the ear is not like okay. That's all I'm listening to. I'm not hearing no more. Like
It takes it all in. It
right,
takes
it
it all in.
just continues to go like without
Hmm.
fail. Like you know what I'm saying. Wow. Verse 9, and being deaf was probably not even as much of a thing back then because they didn't have as much loud stuff. Like we got stuff now that'll hurt you.
Hmm.
Uh, Now as compared to back then. They probably you probably heard from the day yeah, just till your senses started wearing out as you got older. But think about it too. They lived longer. I don't know how old Solomon was. Um, I don't think we got that information.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think,
remember reading that. Or
yeah,
maybe we. I don't
I
remember
think we
reading it.
looked for it. I think we looked for it, but once he passed from Solomon to Rehoboam, um, it didn't give an age that I remember when we was in
Yeah,
there.
I
So
don't recall either.
Yeah, yeah. Verse 9, it says, the things that have been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. I mean, I'm trying not to commentate on everything because it's too much. It's too much.
Right.
Verse 10. So there's anything whereof it's made, Slakia. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. Man, that's deep, heart. That's deep. Like I said, yeah, that's deep. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's continue. So we'll be 2 o'clock trying to break this, trying to get into all of
Right.
this.
Indeed.
uh, the fulfilling, fulfill
Futility.
futility, like
Yeah, come.
futility of wisdom. All right, verse 12. I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem, and
Slack,
I.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, I'm wondering what this because we saw that word before, the futility. Is that like the completion?
Yeah, let's look at
Futility.
that because we didn't get into that, and I think this is something that like the commentators put in as a part of this. They do these headlines,
Right, come.
uh, pointlessness or uselessness.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So why would they say the futility, pointlessness, or uselessness of wisdom? Really?
I don't see that from what we just read, man.
Nah,
Like I can
pointlessness.
see the uselessness of vanity, you know what I mean?
Right,
And that's
exactly.
kind of what he was talking about though. Like,
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. So,
I mean they've been off before, so
right, absolutely, absolutely. We've seen that written time at the time. Uh, I, the preacher, was king over Israel and Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom, to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that were under the Shamaim. This score uh, travailed, this sore travail have the Most High given to the sons of man to be exercised wherewith. I have seen all the works that have done that are done upon under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. So all is vanity and vexation of spirit, man. I can agree. I can see.
hmm
I can agree. A whole lot of stuff I see, people I see. Like I was just going today, and I saw this woman in a car, and she had like this bright yellow hair, and I was like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, what would make you want to look like that? Like, you think a man is going, you know what? I got to find me a woman with
right.
bright yellow hair. Like that
I
makes
wanted to look like Bozo.
right. Yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is so pointless. And I wasn't even thinking about this when I saw that, but man, it was like, yeah, pointless. Like, all right, let's continue. Verse 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. That which is wanting cannot be numbered. Mm, okay. Verse 16. I commune with my own heart, saying, lo, I am come to a great estate, and I have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I
Mm.
perceive
Wow.
that this also is vexation of spirit.
Indeed.
Right, right. I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. Like, bro, I was bugging. I did some
Yeah.
crazy stuff. Yeah, yeah, you did. You did. You went off. You went off. But man, you yeah, yeah. I just hope you got your heart right before before your last breath. Uh, verse
Indeed.
18. Yes, indeed. Verse 18. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. Now that's deep, man. That looked like just a little two liner, but man, that's
The
deep.
truth, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's a real deal. Like, wow, the futility of pressure and possessions. Nah,
Pleasure.
pleasure,
Hmm.
slacky, slacky. I don't know where I'll be doing that. I need to do better with that as I get older, especially because I'll see something and say exact. Oh, they hit you up.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Okay, no sweat. No sweat. I handled it. You gotta, take care of things. I figured that as soon as I heard that noise, I was like, God dog it. It's all good. All right. Uh, you want to take a pause? Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll continue here. Chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, I said in my heart, go to now, go to now, Slakia, go to now. I will prove you with mirth. Therefore, enjoy pleasure, and behold, this is also vanity. He said, I said in my heart, go to now, and I will prove you with mirth. Now, mirth, of course, is song. Let's just take a look at that word real quick here. Shimka, shimka, joy, mirth, gladness, joy, gesturing, pleasure, joy of the Most High. Okay, so I said song. It's more like a joy. So okay,
Hey, shalom, shalom, Mark.
all right.
All praises to the Most High. We're all good.
Okay, kind. All praises, hallelujah. Yeah, yeah. We'll continue here. Yeah, we'll continue. I know it can come, so it'll be what it is.
Hmm.
So it's no sweat. Uh, it says, I just looked at this mirth. I don't know if you saw that. I was thinking that mirth was like a song, but it talked more about joy
Hmm.
as opposed to. Let me click back on it. Where'd it go? Here it is.
Right there. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shimshak, shim,
Simba.
Simka,
Simka.
Simka.
Hmm.
Yeah, so like joy, gladness. I hate when they use the same word, but yeah, like gladness, joy. Is that uh
I don't know what is that. Gaiety. Gaiety.
Cancer? Yeah, let's take a look at that one too. See, we in the information age. We don't gotta be ignorant for nothing.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? The
It's a
state,
shame to not want to know.
right? The state of quality of being. So a state of quality of being. So let's see how they pronounce.
Happy and
Giants.
gay. I think that's where that comes from. Gay.
Okay,
I
Giants.
could be wrong though, but
Yeah, I can see that because they try to say that meant happy
right.
years and years ago before it became such a, what I'm saying, such a thing now. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, let's continue here. Uh, so I will prove you with mirth. Therefore, I'm right here. Therefore, joy, pleasure, and behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it?
Mm.
Like, what is it? What really is it? I mean, is it really what life is? Verse 3. I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine, yet uh, adequate,
Uh, acquainting, I believe.
acquainting,
Yeah, acquainting. Yeah,
acquainting,
come on.
yeah, acquainting, Salaki, acquainting my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold of folly, till I might see what was that good, what was that good for my sons of men. Salaki, I read it. I chopped that up. Let me start that again from here. It says, and to lay hold on folly, till I may see what was good for the sons of men, which they should do under the Shamaim all the days of their lives. Like what is good for the for
But it's like this. I
mhm,
the way that I'm taking that in and understanding it.
uh-huh,
It's like I s- and he didn't say this, but imagine one of our elders or somebody that patriarch in our family saying that I went and tried crack just to see
right,
what the effects of it would be to see if it was okay for you.
right. Now,
You know, kind of sort of is what I'm, the way I'm kind of reading that.
oh, okay, okay. I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly,
To
till
lay
I
hold on
might
the
see.
folly,
Right,
that
yeah,
folly's that crack.
right, kind, till I might see what was good for my son, for the sons of men. Like what's really good for the sons of men,
Hmm.
which they should do under the Shamaim all the days of their life. Like what would be worth doing all every day, every single day.
Hmm.
Of course, give it to the Most High, giving praise, giving esteem, keeping His laws, all of these things. That's the only thing worth doing every day. Anything else is futile. Verse 4. I made no great works. I built me houses and planted me vineyards. I made I made me gardens and orchards. I planted trees in them of all kinds of fruits. I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood, the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maids, and had servants born in my house. Also, I had great possessions, uh, and of great and small cattle, above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered I gathered me also silver and gold, and the precious treasures of kings, and of provisions. I got me men singers and women singers, and delighted in the sons of men as musician as musical instruments, and that was all sorts, and that of all sorts, Lucky, and that of all sorts. Also, I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also, my wisdom remained with me, and whatsoever my mind, it's like my eye desired, I kept not from them. I withheld not my heart from joy, and my heart rejoiced in the labor. And this was my portion of all my labor. Like, dude, basically he said I could do whatever I want. I was rich. I was more wiser than anybody else. I could
Hmm.
get whatever it was. I could make it happen. I could build stuff that nobody else had built. I could put things. I could order things to. Man, I kept myself from nothing. Verse 11. Then I looked on all the work of my hands, that my hands had wrought, and the labor that my labor to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was none profit under the sun. Like all the stuff I did, all the excitement I had, all the fun, I had people singing for me. I had people working for me. I had it all, and it was all worthless. It was all
Indeed.
without value.
You know, I could see people of fame, like, the smart ones, the intelligent ones. You know what I mean? The ones that understand that this is a twisted world. I believe that they would. I put all that I had into being famous, and
Right.
at the end of the day, it's vanity. Like, none of it means anything.
Right. Kind. Because I mean, you born into this world. You live. You what you do with your days. Whatever the case. But at the end of it all, uh, one famous wrestler used to say, "All the dust is settled and all the smoke is cleared."
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You still gonna go in a box and in the ground. You know what I'm saying? So you still, and I'm saying that because you still got to give an account to the Most High.
Indeed.
You still got to, that still has to be rectified. You can't be like, yeah, but I was famous. I was known throughout. He's gonna be like, I don't care.
Yeah, it can't. None of that can save you now. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly. I
There,
don't care
there were
nothing about
things
that.
that could have that you didn't prescribe to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Things that you ignored. My Torah, my
Yeah.
commandments. You know.
Why you didn't keep my commandments? Give me a
Right.
reason why you didn't keep my commandments. Man, I was famous. You was famous. I was
Mm.
rich. You was rich. So why was you doing this folly? Why was you doing this evil? Why didn't you help your people? Why didn't you do something constructive? Man, that's deep. Wisdom excels folly. Excels folly. Verse 12. And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can a man do that cometh after the king? Uh, even that which had been already done. Then I saw the wisdom exceedingly folly. Then I saw that wisdom exceeded folly, Shalakia. Then I saw this wisdom exceeded folly, as far as light exceeded darkness. Like, man, it was, yeah, way more profitable uh, to use wisdom than to just do stupid stuff. Like, I mean, does that make, is that like, uh, it's crazy because you see it and you know it, but he's saying it. Wisdom exceeds folly. Like that's you don't even have to say that. It just is. But the fact that he's pointed out because basically he dabbled in both.
Hmm.
So man, yeah. Verse 14. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceive also that one event happened to them all. That's that one event that happened to them all?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Verse 15. Then said I in my heart, as it happened to the fool, so it happened even to me. And why was I uh, then more wise? Like how could I have wisdom and the same thing happened to him happened to me? It don't make sense.
Right.
Then I said in my heart that this also is vanity. Yeah, it is vanity because the reality is there's really, I mean, nothing in this nothing that in this world is going to separate you except for keeping the commandments, doing that what is pleasing to the Most High, walking in
Hmm.
His way and keeping His charge. That's it. That's the only thing that we can really do to give us true separation. Now you still gonna go the way of all the earth unless the Messiah come back. Of course, we talking about ancient times of King Solomon, but you still gonna have to go the way of all the men of the earth, not just the men. I mean, the animals go the same way. Verse 16. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than the fool forever, seeing that which now is in the day that shall come, and all be forgotten. And he dieth, and how dieth the last man? Slacky. And how dieth the wise man? Asked the fool. Like, bro, how you die in the same situation? You wise, this dude is a fool. Y'all both get y'all both die over some straight up silly stuff.
Okay.
Shalom Marquis, our Cliff back in the building.
Hey, shalom, shalom, my key.
Shalom, shalom, man. Yeah, I gotta deal with this. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate through the phone without canceling out the session.
Oh, kind.
Where y'all at with it, man?
We in Ecclesiastes chapter 2 at verse 17. Just about to start 17 here.
Oh, okay, kind.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is deep. You know what I'm saying? We done went through one chapter and we in the halfway through the second chapter. Well, more than halfway, but yeah, it's some deep stuff here. You know what I'm saying? We just going through it. So all praises. I'm gonna continue verse 17. Therefore, I hated life because the work that was wrought under the sun is grievous unto me, for all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Like he's closing out a lot with that. All is
Hmm.
vanity and vexation of spirit.
You
Like
know, he's troubled by
yeah,
it. It's become wearisome. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the reality of it, and like you said in the last chapter, the more you know, basically the more you know, the worse it is.
They come.
Yeah. I can tell you that ignorance, who is that said ignorance is bliss? Uh,
I know they said that in the Matrix.
oh yeah, yeah. No, it was in some book I read when I was in high school. Um, I want to say, was it To Kill a Mockingbird?
Hmm.
I gotta Google it. Quote: Ignorance is bliss. It's folly to be wise. President Thomas Jefferson established that quote in his own. I don't know about that. Uh,
Right.
yeah. Anyway, that's not important. But I could have sworn I had that in a book. Like I read that in a book, like in 10th grade. But I may be mistaken. Um, let's continue. The futile of labor, the futility of labor. So the meaningless, the pointlessness of labor, as we discovered futility meant. Verse 18. Yea, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me. Like let somebody else do it. That's kind of funny. Verse 19. And who knoweth whether I should be a wise man or a fool? Yet shall Salaki, yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored, and wherein I have shown myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity. Therefore, I went about my cause, Slaki. I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labor which I took under the sun. For there is no man whose labor is in wisdom and in knowledge and in equity, yet to a man that have not labored therein shall he leave it for his portion. This also is vanity and a great evil. Like, bro, if you don't put in your work and you don't make something to leave after you,
Hmm.
not only is that vanity, that's wickedness.
You know, the way that I take that in,
Uh,
it's like, you leave into your portion, which is, our seeds.
right.
Um, Perhaps it's to uphold uh a fraternity. I was in a fraternity. I won't not me saying, but I'm saying like people's fathers were in it and they
Yeah,
want to pass that down to the next generation. You know,
legacy. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, this is a great evil.
Oh, okay, okay. Con. So you saying like okay, so you saying moving like carrying on those traditions is
Mm-hmm.
like a great evil. Okay, con. Yeah, that makes sense too. That's good too. Yes, indeed. Verse 22. For what have a man of all his labor and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he have labored under the sun? For all the days are sorrow, and his travail grief, Slacky, and his travail grief. Yea, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity.
Mm. So and this is I can recall different times not being able to sleep because something was going on or worrying. You know what I
Right.
mean? Worrying
Yeah.
about things. And
Yeah.
he's telling us that this is vanity as well.
Right. Yeah. Because look, was it Hamashiach that said which one of you can control the hair of your head being black?
Mm-hmm.
Can turn
Kind
one hair black as opposed to gray.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Indeed.
yeah,
Then I want to say is Shaul, worry about nothing but pray
right.
about everything.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's continue. Verse 24. It says, "There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that slack it, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw that it was from the hands of the Most High." So
Mhm.
this is a orchestration of the Most High to that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. So yeah, you get, what I'm saying, you feel good about the work that you accomplished, and I definitely can attest to that. So
Mhm.
this also I saw, and this is the hand of the Most High. He didn't say this was vanity. He said this was the
Right.
hand of the Most High.
That's right.
Yeah. Verse 25. For who can eat or who can hasten hereunto more than I? For the Most High give to a man that is good in the sight of wisdom and knowledge and joy. But the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good for the Most High. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. We got to break that down because I was
Here
like, wait a
come.
minute. For the Most High giveth to a man that is good in his own sight. Oh, okay, okay. I don't know if I read that right the first time, but looking
Come.
at it again, it says, "For the Most High give to a man that is good in his own sight." So, is we talking about the man's own sight or the Most High's own sight?
For the Most High giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge. He gives. That's what he's granting this man.
And
Is
joy.
the
Yeah,
and joy.
well, I put on in there. I added that. My bad. In his sight, wisdom and knowledge and joy. But the sinner he give travail to
Mhm.
gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before the Most High. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. Hmm.
To gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before the Most High. Hmm. I mean, I would think that if you're given to the Most High that it wouldn't be vexation
Yeah.
or vanity, but it's something that we're missing.
Yeah, I'm thinking, let's go back to the previous verse. For who can eat and who can hasten thereon more than I? Yeah, I think I chopped that. Let's start right here. Verse 24. Let me read that again. It says, there is nothing better for a man that he should eat and drink, and that they should make a slacky, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw, it was from the hands of the Most High. For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I? So is that the Most High saying that, or is that Solomon saying that?
That's slow mo, I believe. Let's
Yeah,
see. I believe so. Yeah.
yeah. So, huh, for who can eat and who else can hasten more than I? For the Most High give to a man that is good in the wisdom. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig into that and see what I can find. I'm gonna have to get some help from some elders and get some understanding of this last from 24 down to understand this part because I'm it's like we're missing something. Like something is not. It's like it's making sense, but it's not. I can't put it.
What's the hallelujah or the scripture say? We
Let's
got
check it
that.
out. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
kind. Let's check that out. Come on, man. All right, I gotta click on it. Where's it at?
Qoheleth.
Here it is. Okay, there we
Yeah.
go. We're at chapter 2. All right. What we said, 24.
Yeah,
A
con.
man cannot do better but to eat and drink and enjoy himself in his labor. That too I saw was from the hand of the Most High. For who eats or who finds enjoyment without him? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes good sense.
Indeed.
Verse
Mm-hmm.
24 or 26. For he gives wisdom and knowledge and joy to a man who is good in his eyes. And his, you see, that's referring to him. So
Mm-hmm.
that is referring to the Most High. But to the sinner, he gives the task of gathering and collecting, and gives to him who is good before the Most High. That too is futile and feeds the wind. And yeah, feeding the wind.
Feeding on nothing. You know what I mean? You can't you can't eat the wind.
Right,
Or
right,
you can open your mouth, but it's not going. It's not going to fill you up.
right. No, it's not gonna give you anything. So, but that makes it a bit more clear. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's interesting. I like to see what somebody who's been studying for longer would have to say about that.
Con.
So we'll make a notation. I'm gonna make a quick notation of uh Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Where am I peeing at? Slacky. Yeah. All right. Kyle, let's continue. We'll come back to that. All right. Chapter 3. It says, a time for everything. Yeah, I remember this one. Okay. Verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time and a time to every purpose under the Shamaim. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing COVID, a time to get, and a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away, a time to rent, to rend, and a time to sow, a time to keep silent, and a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. What profit have he that worketh, and that wherein he laboureth? I have seen the travail which the Most High have given to the sons of men to be exercised in it, to
So,
be
you know,
exercised in it.
yeah, this is Sons of Men. This is talking about the downfall of man, when Bereshit chapter 3,
Mm-hmm. Kind, kind. You know, uh, I'm pretty sure everybody's been to a funeral. This is often, a kind of a reflection piece that is read often either at some point. Uh, they go straight to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and read. It's kind of sombering, just
hmm
yeah. Uh, but yeah, yeah. A time to travail that which the Most High have given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. Let's see how the scriptures say it here.
this is real deep.
It is,
Um, I imagine if Shlomo hadn't gotten into the folly that he had gotten into, we wouldn't have gotten this book, you
right,
know. And it's almost like imagine if King Saul had the opportunity to write about his folly, it would be
right,
similar. It would be similar to this,
right. Yeah, if he could have talked about how he started, and you know what I'm
right?
saying, if he thought he would have ended up where he did, and what would it have been like for the who was the prophet that came to him and said the
That was
Most High
Samuel.
Samuel, yeah, Kai, Samuel, come to him and say, look, bro, the Most High had made you his enemy. Like, could you tell us what that would
How
be
did you
like,
feel? Right? How did
man?
you feel?
What was that news? How did that affect the rest of your life? Like, man, that was, bro. It made me want to cry for you. I mean,
Huh?
for real. And Dawid was still trying to hold you down. Matter of fact, he killed the dude that you had to kill you.
Man. Well,
Right. So, uh, let's continue here. So this headline says the Most High set eternity in the heart of man. Verse 11. He have made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he have set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the works of the Most High. Make it from being make it from being to the end, from beginning to the end. Salakia, from beginning to the end. Let me start that again from right here. So that no man can find out the work of the Most High. Make it from the beginning to the end. So yeah, he had made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he have set the world in their heart. Let's see what that word world is right there.
that verse right there reminds me of what the Most High had told Job, when Job was asking all the questions, but
Yeah,
no man can search it out,
right. Exactly.
these answers,
Were you there when I set the foundations of the world?
right?
Like, you know how I did that? Like, explain. If I'm not mistaken, did he ask him explain fire? How is fire? What is fire?
Hey, Con, yeah, we
Like,
we actually looked at that one day too, like a
right.
while back ago. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Like, you think about it though. It's crazy. Like, it doesn't have any weight. but it consumes everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't cast a shadow,
No shadow, right? Come.
but it's like, wow, man. It's yeah, it can get deep. It can get deep.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? You thought about that, Snicky, with us? Okay, okay, I got you. I got you. Let's continue. Verse 12. It says, I know that there is no good thing, no good in them, but for a man I rejoice, and for good, Slakia, and to do good in his life. So I know there is no good in them, but for man to do, but for man to rejoice and to do good in his life. Yeah, I mean that's all there is. Like, who want to be? You know what I'm saying? Do you? I just imagine like, man, I'm thankful it's not, but can you imagine being that person that just, like forget it. I'm just gonna,
End it all,
yeah,
or
just who cares what happens? Like, would who would want to be that? Like, who cares? Like, I'll do anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't, no limits. Like, nah, man, that's to me that's crazy.
indeed.
I don't want to be in that situation. I wouldn't. I look, and I keep wanting to say I eat anything. Like, nah, nah, I'm not eating anything. I'm eating what the Most High said I could eat. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, verse 13. I'm not gonna get into that. And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of his labor. It is the gift of the Most High. I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put, nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And the Most High doeth it, that man should fear before him. That which, slacky, that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and the Most High require that which is past.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, that's a that which have been is now. So the past is now, and that which is to be have already been, and that which is coming is already happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's already written, and the
Hallelujah.
Most High require that which is past. All praises to the Father. Yes, indeed. That's what I get out of that. What he's saying. Yeah, that which has been is now. The past is present. That which has been has already been. Like, yeah, kind. Let's continue. Verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. I said in my heart, the Most High shall judge the righteous and the wicked. For there is a time, Salaki, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This is real, like for real, Doc. For real, I mean, this is like, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's continue. I'm thinking like, man, I really wish we had what I'm saying, somebody to really get some good instruction on this because this is like way deeper
Like
than
I know
just
we yeah, exactly. I know we reading something deep, and because
right,
I feel it, but I
right.
can't say that I totally understand.
It's definitely not just, it's definitely more than just these words that it's on the page. You know what I'm saying? It's way deeper than that. So yeah, I wish we had a 30, 40 year, you know what I'm saying, study of this that could really give some you know what I'm saying, some insight. It don't have to be the time frame on it. I just said that somebody who's well knowledgeable in this thing here. But verse 18, I say in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High may manifest them, and that they might see, that they themselves are beasts. For that which befallen the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man have no, what's that,
Preeminence, preeminence.
preeminence, I told her, Aki, preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. So a man have nothing above a beast. Okay, kind. Have
So
nothing
like,
above a beast.
can I ask a question?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, Doc.
Like, we falling into this time where, a lot is being said is when they say nothing is new under the sun.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Though how the verse read, the previous verse read,
mm.
because I asked myself, I say, yo, did we do this before?
Oh
Were
yeah.
were we were we this wicked before? We're like one of the pictures of an ancient I don't know, one of those holographics or whatever they say that's set in stone, right?
Right.
It would show one of the entities or what or beings with a watch on their wrist, right?
Wow.
But we in today think that, hey, yo, we the only people that wear watches. Like we was judging time today, you know what I mean? But if we
Mm-hmm.
look at the things that was on the ancient wall, I don't know what they call them, man.
Hologlyphs, I think. Hieroglyphs or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. So
Yeah.
they,
Okay.
I seen one with a watch on his wrist
Wow.
in stone, and so I'm like, so when you read that, that came to mind, like
That which has
even
been
even
and
drugs today. What if back then it wasn't necessarily called ecstasy or Xanaxes or anything like that, but it was of a wicked potion. You know what I mean? To get the people
yeah.
to be disillusional or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, they
So yeah,
definitely
so
had
so,
situations like that where they was
yeah, so
dealing
when
with
you
those
read
type
that, I was like, as can you go back to that verse one more time when you said as it was then is now?
Uh-huh. That's where it started. Yep.
which one was it?
uh
Yes, a dream. The thing is beautiful. How did man?
I'm just trying to get it.
right
When you
before.
said it was deep,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went deep in thought to myself. Like, man, that
yeah.
was deep.
Right. Right.
It's right
Kind.
before there's nothing new under the sun. That verse before that.
Oh, in this chapter or was it a previous
It,
chapter?
it's this chapter. There it is right there, verse 15.
Verse 15. Okay, Slocky, my bad. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That which has been. Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 15. That which have been is now, and that.
Oh, 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 oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
right,
Go ahead.
right,
Go ahead.
right, right, right there.
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That
It's
which have
like,
been is now. Like the past
okay,
is now.
so when we say, yo, that this word is for our understanding, how they say it?
The things that
Mm,
were written
For
aforetime were
time.
written
For our
for our
learning.
learning.
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like there is no way we should be making the same mistakes.
exactly.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Like once we understand this,
Right.
yeah, all right, but yeah, but all right, continue.
All right. It says, and that which is to be have already been.
Already done it. This is. I'm gonna do it again.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
It's like you think about it. You know when you was out in the world. You know what I'm saying? What happened? Weekend come, you ready to go to the club? Put on your
Mm-hmm.
clothes, go out there. Somebody gets stabbed. Somebody gets shot. Something bad happen. You get drunk. You get a hangover.
And it's a cycle, you know. Then
and
you do it all over the
go
same
back and
thing
do
the
it
next
again.
weekend, you know.
Right. Exactly. And that is vexation of spirit and vanity.
Man.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That is definitely right in those lines. But man, it's crazy because you think about it back then, like that would tell you, you literally you thought nothing better. Like nothing
Mm-hmm.
was better than this, regardless of what happened. And I've personally never been in a club when it's been shot or somebody has been, severely stabbed. I've heard stories, but the nights I was there, it was calmness. But man, just imagine somebody getting a knife penetrating their flesh repeatedly, like that's some crazy stuff.
It sounds like prison.
Right, exactly,
Man.
exactly, exactly. Look, I'm trying to figure out this verse 18 when he said, "In my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High have manifested them, that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts, even one thing befalleth them,
Mm-hmm.
as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath, so that a man have no premonition above the beast. For all is vanity." Man, that's like yeah, I mean, truthfully,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you
Yeah, when
definitely.
when when oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I was just saying, you definitely can see situations like that where people just live like, literally like animals, and you just go it's done. And when it's done, it's over. Whether you get, you know, taken down by a predator or something else happened, and whatever it is. Well, go ahead, Doc.
But yeah, the beauty of that though, the beauty of that is animals move off what we consider as animal instinct, right?
Hmm.
Now, let's say, you know, like a dog, you know what I'm saying? They very territorial, right? So, but we having common sense know that uh if you walk, let's say you walk into my house unannounced, I don't necessarily have to do the first thing that comes to my mind, which is, chew your head off.
Defend my
Maybe
house.
there's a logical reason as to why you just walked into my territory. So man himself has the ability to be compromising, to be uh,
Logical.
those yeah, those things man have, but animal is just it's instinct. When he's hungry, he's gonna hunt. It ain't to him. It's not a sin to kill the next thing to eat. It's just what he does to eat. You know what I
Right.
mean? But he's not necessary. Or if let's say this animal has a nest set up, he has a nest full of eggs, and another animal walk by and see that
Hmm.
nest. He doesn't necessarily call it stealing. He's just trying to survive. I'm gonna take these eggs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like.
But as far
Here's the kind of the difference is though, uh, when we
he's
look in
giving man
Bereshit,
law.
indeed, that's it. In Bereshit,
Verse.
these beasts are created, but they're not given a commandment. Uh,
Yeah, that's why I was getting this.
oh, Salaki, go ahead. My
Yeah.
fault.
Nah. That's what I'm saying. They operate off of instinct. Where yeah, we was given a commandment to operate this way,
Hmm.
so we could be separated from the beast. Or
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, so that we wouldn't be considered like beastly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Con.
That's what I take from it.
Come.
Yeah. Yeah. That's deep, Ark. That's deep for real. As you think about, man, if you've ever watched some of these animal kingdom type videos, and you see how these animals operate, you know what I'm saying, taking one another down for the sake of, just seeing them fight, fight for the right to mate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's like, bro, I got to show that I'm the best. Otherwise, I won't even get, you know what I'm saying? I don't even get to pass my seed forward.
Right.
Yeah, I told my kids, mom, that like, yo, look, if there's any out there that want to challenge me, you better step up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, he
Uh,
can't have my family. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't ready to fight for this, he can't have my family. Yeah, I'm about ready to die about this. You know what I'm
I
saying?
heard that.
I feel
I
you.
heard
I
that,
feel
man.
you. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, man. We put in too much work though. You know what I'm saying? Those that care, those that know what they got. You know what I'm saying? Like for some pimp or somebody to come around with smooth words and all that. Like, who is this? You done
What?
lost your mood.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But that's
Yeah,
that's what a man is, though. You know what I'm saying, that the Most High gave us that. You know what I'm saying. He put that in us to where we ready to be like what. You know what I'm saying. We ready to step in the front. Like, what's going on? What needs to be
yeah,
handled? You know what I'm saying. There's a problem over here. That type of thing. So
yeah. It's wild out here these days.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy. We was talking about that
God.
before we got on. The shooting and stuff that's been going on.
Mm-hmm.
Police the shot over here and shot over there. It's crazy. It's crazy. But let's continue here. Verse 20. It says, all go unto one place. All are of dust,
Mm-hmm.
and all turn to dust again. Yeah, that's real. Verse 21. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? So
Hmm.
who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? It's like, who's gonna show him the world after he's done? Like, you're not gonna see it. You're gonna be asleep.
Well, yeah, con.
Yeah. What you think about it?
I was thinking, let's see, wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than the man should rejoice in his own works. For that is the portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? Um, no one, I,
Right.
I don't,
Exactly.
yeah, no one.
Exactly. I mean, can you imagine though? It's kind of jump to the um, the first resurrection,
Hmm.
and you imagine being asleep in the dust for all that time, and then you wake up and you up walking around like looking around like what in the world? Of
Right.
course, it's probably been, what I'm saying, it's going to be such a dramatic change between. It'll probably look the same because things will be so torn up. You know what I'm saying? By that time, you know what I'm saying. So, but I mean, I'm just imagining from the time of Adam. You're talking about Adam and everybody in between until the
Man.
time of that first resurrection. So them waking up and seeing all of these things, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they're gonna be walking into Best Buy like right now and see, flat screen TVs and stuff like that. But
They're gonna
you
see,
know,
buildings and
right.
structures and
Yeah. But I think a lot of that stuff gonna be destroyed. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying, by
con.
that time. Yeah.
They probably still see that the hearts of men ain't changed.
Yes,
Exactly. Like
indeed,
people
indeed.
still wicked. People still wicked walking around here. All right, let's go to chapter 4 here. Uh, the evils of oppression. All right, let me see. How long is this one here? What time? Oh yeah, this one's short here. We'll run through this real quick, and then we'll go to 5 and 6. All right.
You want me to get it out, or you
Oh,
got
go
it?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. That's cool.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4. What we say that Hebrew name was again?
Oh, you know what? This is it right here. Uh,
Qoheleth.
Qoheleth. Qoheleth. Con.
Qoheleth. It's the book of Qoheleth, chapter 4. The evils of oppression, verse 1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed,
Mm,
and they had no comforter, and on the side of their oppressors there was power,
mm.
but they had no comforter. This seems
Right.
like it's talking to us.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Verse 2. Wherefore I praise the dead which are already dead more than the living which are yet alive.
Mm,
You know, you're chasing after this vanity.
right.
It's death. You know what I mean? Like you're a zombie. You're the walking dead.
Right.
Uh,
Well, think about it though, and to put it in kind of the way that resonated with me. You think about people who talk about MLK and Malcolm X and all these ones that were in the past, but yet you got brothers right next to you right now that can help you accomplish some
hmm
things right now. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Yeah, they did great work at their time, but you got people right now that can help you do great work right at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So you praising the dead, which were past, and more than the living, which are yet alive. Meaning the yet alive, meaning they can make things happen.
Indeed. Good
Yeah.
pull. Verse 3. Yea, better is he that both they, Slakia. Yea, better is he than both they, which have not yet been, who have not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. Again, I consider all travail and every right work, that for this a man is envied of his neighbor. This is also vanity and vexation of Ruach. So, we're gonna trouble ourselves envying the next man for what he got, you
Right.
know. Uh you're gonna have some sleepless nights worrying about
Right.
the next man.
Yeah. And that's how you come up with these with them plans. That's how people come up with them plans. Like, yeah, we're gonna hit a lick. I'm gonna take
hmm
this, or I'm gonna do that, and you know what I'm saying. You just get so consumed because that turns into what's the word? Coveting.
hmm
Yeah.
Indeed. Verse 5. The fool foldeth his hands together and eateth his own flesh.
Mm,
Better is a handful, better is a handful with quietness than both the hands full with travail and vexation of Ruach.
hmm.
Then, Slacky, go ahead.
I was gonna restate that because I'm like trying to get some clarification. He said, "Better is a handful with quietness than both hands filled with travail of vexation of spirit." So a handful of quietness compared to both hands into some travail or vexation and vexation of spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Like just trying to put that in perspective in my mind there. So all right, let's continue. I'm sorry.
God. Verse 7. Then I returned and I saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he hath neither child nor brother. Yet is there no end of all his labor. Neither is his eye satisfied with riches. Neither saith he, for whom do I labor and bereave my soul of good? This is also vanity. Yea, it is sore travail. It is a sore travail.
Hmm.
Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. That makes sense. Two being better, you can get done more
Right.
with two people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is left alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Hmm.
So you add that, that's even stronger.
Right. Had a third person that's
Mm-hmm.
he been a greater help.
Mm-hmm. Verse 13. Better is a poor and a wise child than an old and foolish king, who will no more be admonished.
Mm.
For out of prison he cometh to reign, whereas also he that is born in his kingdom becometh poor.
Slack, yeah. We gotta go back to 13 on that one.
Mm-hmm. God.
He said, "Better is a poor and wise child than an old foolish king who is no more." Who will no more be admonished. Like you can't tell me nothing. I'm the king. I've been the king. I'm the top of the heap. But a
Mm-hmm.
child is what? Moldable,
Mm-hmm.
teachable. Like you can't tell this king nothing. Like man, that's wow. Okay, Slacky. We at 15.
Con.
Okay, con.
Verse 15. I considered all the living which walk under the sun, with the second child that shall stand up in his stead. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of Ruach. You know, it's almost like he's talking to his direct descendants as well, like those sons after him, you
Right.
know.
Yeah. Con. Yeah. Yeah. This is yeah. This is some
Mm-hmm.
next level here. I just imagine getting into when we get into wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom of Solomon. That's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be oof. And Song of Solomon. I know I've been through that one, but wisdom is gonna be like wow. So
God.
yeah.
This is the book of Qoheleth, chapter 5. Your attitude toward the Most High. Verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. For they consider not that they do evil. You know, uh, you know, foolish people always talking and don't even are unaware that sometimes we offend people.
Right. Right.
I've been guilty of that as well.
Kind. Kind. Yeah. The idea of just listening. You know what I'm saying? Just listening and processing. Like, can you
Hmm.
restate that, or something of that nature, as opposed to just wanting to give? My dad used to tell me when I was a kid. I didn't understand it then, but I really understand it now. He said, "Empty wagon make a lot of noise."
God, right, right. And you don't have anything in your head, you know what I mean? And
Right.
yeah,
Just constant noise.
right, right. God. Verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thy heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High. For the Most High is in Shemaim, and thou upon the earth. Therefore, let thy words be few.
That's
You know,
right.
Mashiach said, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay.
Right. Kind. Yeah, because the more you just rattle, blah, 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 the more
Hmm.
apt you are to getting into saying something that you ain't got no business saying, and then you done
Indeed.
cross the line or cross a brother or a sister, and now you got to deal with it. And all you have to do is keep your mouth shut.
Indeed. And
Take me back to kindergarten when you was, had to do this.
kind I want to say it's somewhere in here where it says that, when you remain quiet, you appear wise or something
Right.
along those
Yeah.
lines.
Yeah. I think that's in one of the other wisdom books. It may be in this one, but
Hmm.
in one of those we read that uh, a fool, uh, a quiet fool is something like that. I can't remember,
Hmm.
but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
All
Indeed.
right, verse 3. For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by multitude of words. Yeah. When thou vowest a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. That's law, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
I believe so. I think we did see that in Torah, where
uh,
yeah, yeah, kind.
uh,
I'm
verse
trying to think.
5.
Did
Oh,
Solomon?
it's like,
I was trying to think. Did Solomon do a vow? I can't recall if he did. I don't think he did. Yeah, I
I
think.
don't, yeah, I don't recall that either, reading about that.
Okay, I can't recall. So yeah, I don't think so.
All right. Verse 5. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay. You know, suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin,
Mm,
neither say thou before the angel that it was an error. Wherefore should the Most High be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands?
mm,
Mm,
right, man. We got to hit on this. When you vow a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it. We have no
mhm,
pleasure in fools, that which it be. So pay what you owe, what you have vowed. You said, if you do this, I'll do that. If you do this, or you give me this, and whatever it is, don't do it. Don't say it. Don't even think it in your mind. Be
mhm.
like, I'm not gonna let that come out my mouth. I mean, phew, man, that's a deep one because the last thing you want to do is say, Most High, I'll do this, and then not do it. And what do you say? You'll destroy the work of your hands.
Okay.
Man, that's
Uh,
deep. Go ahead.
indeed. Verse 7. For in the multitude of dreams and many words there are also diverse vanities, but fear thou the Most High. If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment and justice in a province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be a higher than they. Moreover, the prophet of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field.
Hmm.
Folly of riches. Verse 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity.
Wow. He
Mm.
that loveth silver will not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance. I know it skips to with increase, but he's saying if you love abundance, you're not going to be satisfied with
Right, we're getting increased, right? You're gonna want
exactly
more, you
more.
know.
That's that gluttony spirit. Just
Mm-hmm.
gimme, 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 gimme. All right, man.
Con,
That's how people get destroyed because you can't never seem to have enough. It's like how much is enough? Like
right.
some people say, no, you never can. There's no such thing as enough. Like I want to have children I want to have it for my children's 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 children, and that's noble, but that's really not what they're thinking about. They're really thinking about how much they can gather to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Verse 11. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them. They are increased that eat them. And what good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes? The sleep of laboring man, Salakia, verse 12. The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep. There is a sore evil which I have seen under the sun, namely, riches kept for the owners thereof to their hurt. That reminds me of the Mashiach, talking about he was giving them the parable of the man who wanted much substance, and he built like another structure to put his
Right.
substance in,
Yeah.
and then
I got
he
so
was
much. What
yeah,
should I do? I'm gonna tear down and build new, and then and what do you say? You fool.
mm-hmm, gone, gone.
Yes, indeed.
The most I require of your life tonight,
Yes,
you know.
indeed. It's a wrap for you. Like you did all that for naught.
Mm-hmm.
That was vanity and vexation of ruin.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Uh, verse 14. But those riches perish by evil travail, and he begetteth a son, and there is nothing in his hand.
mm,
As he came forth of his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came,
mm,
and shall take nothing of his labor, which he may carry away in his hand.
mm.
That's facts, man.
Facts. Naked I came in and naked I go out.
Indeed.
Can't take
Can't
it
take
with you.
none of this with us.
Yeah, the Egyptians tried it, and what happened? That stuff got stolen.
Right, right. That's somewhere to pillage.
Right. Exactly.
Verse 16. And this also is a sore evil, that in all points as he came, so shall he go. And what profit hath he that hath labored for the wind?
Mm.
Labored for nothing.
Right. Right.
All his days also he eateth in darkness, and he hath much sorrow and wrath with his sickness. Eating in darkness. It's that darkness representing ignorance.
Right. Right. Have much wrath in his sickness. Yeah. Man, that's deep, right? This is deep. I knew this book was it was deep, and some of it I've read. But like I was telling the brothers last night, when you do precept upon precept, and you go here and then you go there, you get so familiar with things. But when you go it, go straight down, it's like, man, it can add some profoundness to it, especially when you understand the precept portion.
hmm
Yeah,
Indeed.
indeed.
Verse 18. Behold that which I have seen. It is good and comely for one to eat and to drink, and to enjoy the good of all his labor that he hath taken under the sun all the days of his life, which the Most High giveth him, for it is his portion. Every man also to whom the Most High hath given riches and wealth, and hath given him power to eat thereof, and to take his portion, and to rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of the Most High. For he shall not much remember the days of his life, because the Most High answereth him in the joy of his heart.
Mm.
Man, for he shall not much remember the days of his life. Hmm.
Yeah, just think when you spend all your time rejoicing in his labor, uh, he would not remember the slack. Let me go back one. 18 is a commonly eat and drink and the labor days. His life which the Most High give him. This is his portion. Every man who the Most High give him riches and wealth and even the power thereof to take a portion and rejoice in labor. Look, I went straight to that labor. You not remember the days of your life because you spent all these days laboring. The
Hmm.
days just turn into repetition, which we are all in now. This is called captivity.
Mm-hmm.
As you just day in and day out, you go to work, go to work, go to work, get off, you go to work, so on and so forth. And this is what it takes to live. Uh, but yeah, but he will not remember the days of his life because all of my days are spent at my job working and then going to and fro from that job. And yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
that makes absolute sense.
Indeed.
Yeah.
This is the book of Qoheleth, chapter 6, the futility of life. Verse 1. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men.
Mm,
A man to whom the Most High hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that he desireth. Yet the Most High giveth him not power to eat thereof. But a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease.
mm,
If a man beget 100 children and live many years, so that the days of his years be many, and his soul be not filled with good, and also that he have no burial, I say that an untimely birth is better than he.
mm.
Mm.
That's
For he,
deep. Timely.
indeed,
Wow.
for he cometh in with vanity and departeth in darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness. Moreover, he hath not seen the sun, nor known anything This hath more rest than the other. Yea, though he live 1,000 years twice told, yet hath he seen no good. Do not do not all go to one place? At the labor of a man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled. For
Right.
what happened? Yeah, this is truth, man. This is truth.
Man, for real. That's like, wow.
Verse 8. For what hath the wise more than the fool? What hath the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. That which hath been is named already, and it is known that it is man, neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. Seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man the better? For who knoweth what is good for a man is in his life? All the days of his life, Slakia, all the days of his vain life, which he spendeth as a shadow. For who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun?
Hmm.
Wow.
Right. Who can tell a man what shall be under the after him? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of casually said, well, let's go to Ecclesiastes. We can read through that. Oh, it's only 12 chapters. Yeah, we can knock that out this weekend. And, you know, but man, I didn't realize I was dipping my foot into the deep end of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
All praises though. Good stuff, good information. It's like
Indeed.
yeah, it's just thick and rich, and we lost Slick, but it's all good. I know he taking care of what he got to take care of for the Sabbath tomorrow. But man, yeah, I would love to have a well learned. I'm gonna see if I can get Priest Daniela to come on and go through this book. Go through it with us and get us some insight. I would love to have him on and you know what I'm saying, just give us his perspective. He's been studying this thing for like 30 years, and Adawan said he came in. They're like, "How are you an elder and you still young?" He was like, "Bro, I came in when I was a teenager." Like, oh,
Mm-hmm. All
yeah.
praise.
So yeah, that's beautiful. But man, this is beautiful. This is some amazing writing, and just uh, uh, Shaul bearing his not Shaul, Slakia. Uh, what was Simpson's
Slow mo.
slow mo Slakia? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Says Shaul slow mo bearing his heart and a lot of this, and just pointing out the some things that would be so obvious, but yet it's those things that are obvious that you wouldn't even think to say, and that just man, it's just so dynamic to where you put it in words. And did he have a way with words? You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I just imagine reading this in Hebrew and you know what I'm saying, what it would really resonate to be able to read it and understand it in Hebrew would probably be a whole different animal. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's all I got. Go ahead.
You know, we're getting these words of wisdom from slow mo, and it's not just words. He knew what he was talking about. We read about some of his exploits in First Kings and uh, First Chronicles. He definitely did a lot of good. I've been told that, and I don't know if we ever read this in scripture, but praying for wisdom, oftentimes, like, you have to believe that you receive it. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, the Most High is going to put you through the ringer so that
Mm,
you obtain, what you've asked for. And a lot of times experience is the best teacher, and
right.
it's almost like that's what we're reading from
Mm,
slow mo. And uh, it was hard to read some of the folly, you know what I mean?
okay.
Because it was like he had prayed for this wisdom and he's in good standing with the Most High. Like, why would you revert back to, you know, what what was going on back in the days of the judges, you
Right,
know?
right.
But I think we've got some really good reading and writings from Slow Mo, just
Hmm.
based on the life that he lived, man.
Con. Yeah, yeah. I mentioned before the wisdom of Solomon found in the Apocrypha. I mean, it's some vastly dynamic writing
Indeed.
in those books. I mean, wisdom on this wisdom is good. It's great. Don't get me wrong, but that wisdom in those books is like, whew, next level. You know, way up
Hmm.
high, next level. But man, yeah, looking forward to getting through it. We got a few more books to go. Um, we are moving towards the beginning of the year to Pesach.
Hmm.
That'll be coming up in the next few weeks as we get ready for our new year and our new season of feast. Uh,
Hallelujah.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Another year. All praises to the Abba.
Hmm.
Pray that we here to see it, enjoy it, and that He keep working through us, working with us, and building us up. Um, anything else, Art?
Now that's it. All
Yeah.
praises to the Most High for
Hallelujah.
this opportunity to get into this word, man.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Kwahala Yahuwah Bahashem Yahushua Hamashiach. I don't know why my words are not coming out this evening, but it's all good. We're going to finish it up with Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, because this is the whole duty of man. In the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13, you will find written, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the entire duty of man. So we must always understand that in the conclusion of the entire matter, that mankind is to fear the Most High and to keep His commandments, because this is the entire reason that man was made. It's important to say those things three times. So
Hmm.
I'm your Akazaki Yahoo, joined by my most esteemed Mark Akinanaya. Shout out to Ak Slick, joined us for a bit of the study. Shalom, Mark, and hopefully we'll get with you tomorrow. If not, then we'll see you when we see you. And to everybody else, uh, give all praise, honor, and great esteem to the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Wabarukim, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High Power, under one covenant. Until that day, Shalom, family.
Shalom, shalom, family.